I just did a webinar for the Dutch people, and I explained the workings of the egos, and I came to this concept.
This
We
is
have
fun.
3 egos, and there are different egos function in different ways. One is a ego that is in your DNA. It is what they call the animalistic ego. All animals have the same ego like we have, and that the ego we need, because when the humans were developing and in the evolutionary process, they were dealing with danger all the time. So just like you see that they always have to be vigilant. They're always watching out for danger. They're always filtering. So this ego makes us born paranoia. So we are born paranoia. We are born scared, and we're always in the fight, flight, or freeze mode. So that's also called the reptilian brain, and that's the most known ego. But that ego is in your DNA. There's nothing you can do about it, and your goal is to train yourself to discern which dangers are real dangers and which are imagined dangers. Especially now we're living in this society where we don't have the wild animals anymore. We need to train ourselves to filter. So that's the first ego. The second ego also comes through your DNA, but the second ego is not in the structure of the ego, it is information on the ego. So you have to see your DNA also as a USB memory stick that carries information. And so the second ego has to do with the conflicts that have been passed on through your forefathers. So depending on your background, let's say I, for example, in me, white blood and black blood and a little bit of red blood. So from my black blood ancestors, so the black people I'm coming from, there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of what I would say, wanting to be free, fighting back for a freedom, because part of my ancestors were brought as slaves out of Africa. So that's in me. So that's I carry like a blood karma in me, but it also determines my ego. And then also in that is what we call the tribe consciousness. The tribe consciousness is where we want to belong. And it makes it we want to please others. The other part of the tribe consciousness is that we do not want to stand out, because in the tribe you have a hierarchy and there's a leader, and most people are not a leader. So that's the second ego. The third ego is the ego programmed by your parents, your environment, and it creates a lot of your false beliefs and all of that. So when we talk about being egoistic or egocentric, that is normally the programmed ego, where we should not be egoistic. We should be pleasing others. So a lot of us are programmed as child to be nice, to behave, to suppress our emotions in order to be liked or loved. So that's mainly programming there. And with all the egos, we cannot destroy the egos, but we can either transcend the ego, like the DNA ego we can transcend, and the others is about awareness and brain train your brain to reprogram it to deal different. When you are in a plane, they know about these egos. So when they talk about the oxygen mask coming down, they will always tell you, first put your mask on before you take care of the rest, right? They know this stuff. So here's the metaphor to change that. If I take care of myself, I can serve better. I can serve my family better. I can serve my clients better. So it is not egotistical in a negative sense to take care of yourself. It is actually good to take care of yourself so you can give more. And it's like a bottle with elixir. If you pass on your life force to everyone, but there's nothing left for you, at some point you will live less long, you become sick, and you will have no energy. So we need to fulfill and replenish that part of ourselves.